Welcome back to Decodiva, your cozy corner for all things vintage, charming, and effortlessly elegant. Today, we're diving into the dreamy world where Shabby Chic meets Martha Stewart. Yes, you heard that right. If you love the soft patina of time-worn furniture, but also adore the clean, composed grace of a Martha-inspired home, this video is your perfect blend. We'll walk through 16 curated sections, each packed with tips, tricks, and timeless ideas to help you achieve a vintage-inspired cottage look that feels both fresh and refined. Whether you're updating a room or decorating from scratch, we've got inspiration to spare. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, and drop a comment below with your favorite shabby chic or vintage find. We love hearing from our Decodiva family. One of the defining features of both Shabby Chic and Martha Stewart style interiors is a soft, neutral palette. Think antique whites, muted grays, dove beige, and barely there pastels. These hues create a serene foundation for layering in vintage textures and decor. Start with your walls. Choose chalky finishes or lime wash paints that evoke the feel of an old country cottage. The key here is to let the space breathe, giving your vintage elements a calm backdrop to truly shine. To keep it from feeling flat, introduce subtle tonal variations through textiles and painted furniture. A whitewashed cabinet next to a cream slip-covered chair, for example, adds depth while keeping the color story soft and cohesive. No shabby chic cottage is complete without well-loved, vintage furniture pieces that tell a story. Hunt for distressed dressers, spindle-back chairs, and clawfoot tables at estate sales or thrift shops. But here's the Martha Stewart twist: make sure these pieces are not just pretty, they should be functional. Repurpose a vintage armoire into hidden storage or turn an old butcher's block into a practical kitchen island. Stick to pieces with graceful lines and soft wear, avoiding anything too ornate or too worn. The goal is charm, not clutter, and each piece should serve a clear role in your space. One of the easiest ways to channel both Shabby Chic and Martha's neat style is by using slipcovers. These provide that effortlessly casual, lived-in feel while also being incredibly practical. Choose linen, cotton duck, or matelass in soft neutrals or faded florals. They instantly update tired furniture and are easy to remove and wash, perfect for homes with kids or pets. Pair your slip-covered sofa with vintage-inspired throws, lace-edged pillows, and ruffled cushions to add texture and warmth, keeping things cozy yet crisp. Vintage style often walks a fine line between beautiful nostalgia and visual chaos. To keep things elegant, focus on curating collections rather than crowding surfaces with random knickknacks. Group like items together: ironstone pitchers on a shelf, vintage glass bottles on a windowsill, or a cluster of floral teacups in a hutch. Think of it as styling a still life rather than decorating a thrift store window. Martha Stewart's influence comes in the presentation: clean lines, thoughtful spacing, and intentional symmetry. Each item should have a reason to be there. Lighting can completely transform your space, and when done right, it adds that warm, romantic glow that's signature to both Shabby Chic interiors and Martha's cozy kitchens. Look for vintage-inspired lamps with pleated shades, chandeliers with soft patina, or wall sconces with dainty detailing. Dimmers are your best friend here. Layer your lighting with candles in hurricane glass, fairy lights draped over mirrors, and even battery-powered lanterns for that lived-in magic that feels timeless. If you're working with old hardwood floors, consider painting them in creamy whites, pale grays, or soft blues. It adds instant charm and reflects light beautifully. Layer your painted floor with vintage-style rugs, orientals, faded florals, or simple woven jutes. The goal is to create a worn-in, cozy vibe without looking overly busy. For high-traffic areas, look for washable rug options that maintain their antique charm while keeping things functional and clean. While the overall palette should stay soft, you can absolutely play with pattern, just do it with a gentle hand. Think faded florals, ticking stripes, and toile prints. Mixing patterns adds interest and layers, but keep them within the same color family. A sage green floral pillow paired with a cream and green stripe works beautifully. For that Martha-like polish, limit the number of different patterns in one room to 3. Vary the scale, large florals, medium checks, and tiny dots, for a balanced, cohesive look. In a vintage-inspired kitchen, it's all about open shelving, painted cabinetry, and antique hardware. Keep your palette light and accessories minimal but thoughtful. Display vintage crockery, mixing bowls, and copper pans for both function and beauty. Martha would approve of every item having its place and purpose. Add a soft linen skirt under a sink, a vase of wildflowers on the counter, and perhaps a vintage cookbook open on a stand to invite warmth and history into your kitchen. Bring the outside in with botanical prints, potted herbs, and garden tools as decor. This is where the rustic elegance of shabby chic meets Martha's love of horticulture. Frame pressed flowers, hang floral wallpaper in small doses, or place a vintage watering can in a corner for a quiet nod to the outdoors. Keep it fresh by including living plants, geraniums, lavender, or rosemary. Their presence enlivens the space and complements the cottage charm. One of Martha's core principles is making beauty useful. So when choosing vintage decor, think about how it can serve a dual purpose. Use a vintage dresser as a bathroom vanity or a wooden crate as underbed storage. Wire baskets, iron hooks, and apothecary jars add charm while staying practical. This approach keeps your space both beautiful and intentional, steering it away from cluttered and closer to curated. Add dimension to your walls with beadboard, wainscoting, or wallpaper with delicate patterns. These simple upgrades give that classic cottage look with a polished twist. If you're renting or want a no-commitment option, try peel and stick wallpaper in soft florals or antique damask. It's an easy way to transform a space without long-term commitment. Hang vintage mirrors, botanical prints, or antique trays to complete the look. Martha's influence shows up in the symmetry and intentional placement of these pieces. Florals are a hallmark of shabby chic, but to keep things elegant, opt for a refined, less is more approach. Use single stems in vintage bottles, or create low arrangements in ironstone bowls. Avoid oversized bouquets in favor of delicate, just-picked styles. Incorporate floral patterns on textiles or wall art to tie in the look without overwhelming the space. Think subtle overstatement. One of the ways Martha Stewart's homes always feel so welcoming is her attention to the seasons. Let your decor shift slightly with the weather. In spring and summer, introduce lighter linens, fresh-cut flowers, and breezy curtains. In fall and winter, layer in wool throws, velvet cushions, and soft candlelight. The key is not a total overhaul, but thoughtful swaps that reflect the time of year while staying true to your vintage style. Lastly, nothing says Martha Stewart like tidy, beautiful organization. Use vintage pieces to store your essentials, glass jars for pantry goods, wicker baskets for linens, enamel tubs for cleaning supplies. Label everything clearly and keep your storage visible but stylish. An old hutch can become a stunning command center or a hallway organizer. This blend of utility and elegance keeps your space feeling warm, lived in, and ready for anything, from a cozy night into an impromptu tea party. And there you have it, 16 timeless ways to blend the romantic whimsy of shabby chic with the elegant, functional beauty of Martha Stewart's signature style. Which idea will you try first? We hope you're walking away inspired and ready to turn your space into a refined cottage retreat filled with vintage charm and clean design. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave us a comment sharing your favorite tip or your own vintage decor idea. Until next time, stay charming.